Hello and welcome. Today I am going to make a very famous Odia rice dish called Kanika. You'll find this recipe mostly on festivals. This is a sweet rice recipe and this is super easy to make. So let's start. I am using here some long grain basmati rice, but you can pretty much use any kind of rice of your choice. I have taken here about 1.5 cups of basmati rice and I have soaked it for about 1 hour. The next thing is to drain out the extra water and then we'll proceed further. I have drained out the rice quite well to ensure all the water is drained out and the rice grains are nice and dry. After draining the rice, I am going to add just about a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder to this. I have added here a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder just to give a nice tinge of yellow color to the grains of rice. I don't want any taste of turmeric powder, just as I said, just a tinge of color. In olden times, people used to use natural ingredients to color their food because they didn't have the chemical food colors in those times. So golden color used to come from turmeric powder. So just a tiny bit of turmeric powder, that nice yellowish golden grains of rice. I'm going to give this rice a good mix. So after mixing, the rice is ready. I'm going to air dry it for about 1 or 2 hours, and don't put it in direct sunlight because we don't want the grains to dry up completely. We want some moisture, and then we'll cook it. Now to make kanika, I have heated here 3 tablespoons of ghee, and to this I am adding few bay leaves, 2 black cardamoms, 1 stick of cinnamon, about 3 to 4 cardamoms, and fry it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Now goes the soaked rice, and I am going to toss this rice for about 2 to 3 minutes on medium to low heat. Traditionally, we use any kind of short grained white rice, but I couldn't get any short grained rice over here, so I'm using the normal basmati rice for this recipe. But if you could find any kind of short grain rice, then the recipe will be amazing. So very gently give it a toss, otherwise the grains will be broken. I have been tossing this rice for about 2 to 3 minutes now. So this is ready. The next thing is to add some hot water. I'm adding here about 3 cups of hot water since I have taken 1.5 cup of rice. The standard measure of adding water to rice is always double the quantity of rice, but sometimes it differs. If you have new rice or old rice, there is a little difference in adding water to it. I have added here about a tablespoon of salt, and I just bring it to a boil. Once it's coming to a boil, I'll cover the lid and let it cook on low heat till the rice is well cooked. If you want, you can add actually some cloves while you're frying the whole garam masala. Since I ran out of cloves, I didn't add. Otherwise, cloves do add a very nice flavor to this recipe. It has come to a boil, so I'm going to cover the lid and let it cook on low heat. After about 10 minutes, open the lid. The rice looks absolutely cooked, nice and fluffy. Grains are intact. Now to this, I'm adding some sugar. I have added here about 3 tablespoons of sugar. You can add according to your taste, more or less. And then I have already got some fried cashews and raisins, and I'm adding handful of that. Now give it a very good mix, a gentle mix rather, because you don't want the grains to break. You can see here it's a little mushy, but by the time the dish would be ready, the rice will soak up all the liquid. So finally I have added a tablespoon of ghee, and that's it. It's ready to serve. The sweetness of this recipe and the aroma of ghee makes this recipe really divine. Some people like this recipe really very sweet and some don't. so adjust the sweetness according to your taste. You can enjoy this rice recipe with any kind of dal or any kind of curry. My favorite is some dal. Do try this very delicious Kanika recipe and leave your comments and your suggestions. We will meet next time, and don't forget to subscribe. Till then, bye bye.